Good afternoon. With the news at 12 hours, I'm Patrick Soko. The headlines. A LUSAKA man is on the run after murdering his wife. Former NDOLA town clerk testifies against BOWMAN LUSAMBO.
For immediate coverage of any breaking or latest news in Zambia and around the world on Camnet television, call the numbers on your screen. Camnet television, bringing to your screens fair news, impartial news, credible and reliable news all the time. Get the whole truth on Camnet World News. Camnet television, not just another channel.
Here's the news in detail. A 30-year-old woman of Lusaka's Chawama compound has allegedly been murdered by her husband, leaving behind 3 children, among them an 8-month-old baby. Laston Mavuto is alleged to have beaten his wife, Charlotte Mumba, to death in the early hours of Monday, 8th August 2022, after a marital dispute. And neighbors to the victim have told Camnet TV News that the couple was in the habit of fighting whenever they had a misunderstanding. Here's a report.
Barely 2 days after Zambia woke up to a shock of a son allegedly murdering his own biological parents in cold blood, 3 children of Lusaka's Chawama compound have also been robbed of their mother's love after Charity Mumba is alleged to have, in the early hours of Monday, 18th August 2022, beaten to death by her husband, who she has fathered a child with. According to the neighbors, the couple was in a habit of fighting whenever they had a marital dispute. A check by Camnet News at the house of the victim found neighbors still in shock of what had transpired, while police had locked the door to the house pending further investigations. And a neighbor spoken to has narrated to this reporter what transpired in the early hours of Monday.
Most of the time so my irona mfire febare ironi shininda kwadi kuma 01 so after na fuma na isaba kunokinyi na bat kudoko ali open ekweta baneba sentura munyo ruguri so time tulebwera kuti twamsangire nishi na alala padia so ro twamwimishe padi okusamu kumuleta sumo bat nishi areshu pana no mweyo so time twachira mtwala kuja nishi nshitana ipakati
tenzoenda ola mumenya so azaenda mwamuna uko kwa nama enda kwanoko kuma girlfriend kwake aenda uko akabwerera ese tikuti wankale buno bwira kuti abwera kuli mkazi wake ayamba futi kumumenya namba kudala kumuchaya mwamuna na kumumpaya ndiye wanampaya kamba kuti ataba sembe sindiye wanampaya sembe zankazikika kuti aone mzake kuti vyenda bwaji vakusogolanga tanatabira taba chani.
For this 8-month-old baby, a journey to breastfeeding has come to an end as a mother is gone. The neighbors have since called on the Social Welfare Department to come to the rescue of the 3 children which the deceased has left behind, as they have no relative to adopt them.
Deceased, she has left 3 children, and the 3rd one, she's got 8 months. So we are appealing if the social welfare can come to the head so that they can help these children, because the deceased, she has no one who can take over from these children. So we are appealing. She was more like a fighter. She was fighting for her children. It's so sad that death has taken her so easily.
Kumsisa babana batatu pano pazikola pansi. Ero mwana munono wa 8 months we anachoka kwa majemaji. Sasa wana mosungira bana. Please tipempa ko ba social fair, please titangize nkoni che kubana che ndiye kwa mutione ko tapapata tipansi pamendo yani kubekwa nitizapeleka bana.
This 27-year-old is the sister to the deceased, who while in tears told this reporter that the deceased was her only surviving family member, as both parents are late. Meanwhile, police spokesperson Ray Hamonga, when contacted for a comment, told this reporter that the man alleged to have beaten his wife to death is currently on the run, but that police have instituted a manhunt for the accused.
Police have launched a manhunt for Laston Kumalo, age 45, who is on the run after murdering his wife, Charity Mumba, aged 30 years, both of Chawama compound. Brief facts are that the two have been having marital disputes, which made the deceased to sue for divorce at Chawama local court, accusing the husband of having a girlfriend. Police rushed to the scene of crime and found the deceased beaten, and injuries were visibly seen, also bleeding from the nose.
According to the 2022 gender-based violence second quarter statistics, a total of 5,977 females were victims of GBV, with 10 women and 2 girls being victims of murder. What then does the country need to do to win the fight against gender-based violence? Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet News.
Former NDOLA Town Clerk Cosmas Chalusa testified before Lusaka Magistrate Court Monday morning how he and other Ministry of Land officials were allegedly threatened by former Lusaka Province Minister BOWMAN LUSAMBO of how they will be transferred once the Opposition Patriotic Front won the 12 August 2021 general elections. This is in a case in which Mr. LUSAMBO is jointly charged with his wife on 10 counts, or among them acquisition of public property and tax evasion. Mr. Chalusa told Magistrate Fides Hamaundu that Mr. LUSAMBO issued them with the said threats after he discovered that the land in NDOLA, which he had interest in, was allegedly encroached.
Under the Specialized Economic Financial Crimes Court, has commenced hearing testimony in a case in which former Lusaka Province Minister BOWMAN LUSAMBO and his wife are facing 10 counts of corrupt acquisition of public property, possession of property suspected of being proceeds of crime, tax evasion, and conspiracy to defraud charges which they have pleaded not guilty to before the courts of law. Monday morning, Magistrate Fides Hamaundu heard 3 witness testimonies, among them from former NDOLA Town Clerk Cosmas Chalusa, who in his testimony told the court that when he reported to NDOLA City Council, one of the things he found was with regard to a land issue in extent of 10 hectares, which was in the name of Frontier Management Service Limited. And in relation to the said land, the former NDOLA mayor informed him that the said property had issues. He went on to confirm to him that there was an encroachment of some people, and the Minister of Land then requested Mr. LUSAMBO to surrender the title deeds of the said property. This is in a matter in which Mr. LUSAMBO is accused to have between May 10, 2015 and December 31, 2021, in NDOLA, on the Copper Belt Province, jointly and whilst acting together with other persons unknown, unlawfully acquired property number L/39-876/M in the name of Frontier Management Service Limited, which property was later conveyed to Junction Son at a consideration of 880,000 kwacha for his own benefit. In his further testimony this morning, the state witness Mr. Chasula narrated before court that during the year 2021 he received a call from Mr. LUSAMBO, who questioned him on why they were disrespecting him despite surrendering the title deeds for the property as part of the land was encroached. In his further testimony, the witness told Magistrate Hamaundu that after Mr. LUSAMBO visited his office, he allegedly threatened him and some Ministry of Land officials of transfers once the Patriotic Front party won the general election, as they needed to deal with the said land issue properly. Meanwhile, another witness, Enes Sumani, a former accountant at NDOLA City Council, testified that in April 2017, he was summoned to the office of the accused person, Mr. LUSAMBO, when he was then Copperbelt Provincial Minister, and among other issues, he gave him a company profile of the company called Frontier Management Service Limited. He said the accused had further informed him that the promoters of the company were interested to acquire land in NDOLA. The couple is also alleged to have possessed 10,000 United States dollars property reasonably suspected of being proceeds of crime, which was used as part of payment for the purchase of a house number 282 situated at Silverest Garden, valued at 128,000 United States dollars. Trial in this matter continues tomorrow, the 9th of August 2022. Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
An Indian national suspected of bribing an energy regulation board officer with 4,000 kwacha has appeared before the Lusaka Magistrate Court for corruption. When the matter came up for explanation of the charge, the state applied that State Counsel representing Aditya Arora recused himself from the matter as he has been warned and cautioned in a matter emanating from his client's case. Miriam Kaimba has more in the following report.
Recently arrested by the Anti-Corruption Commission on allegation that he tried to bribe an Energy Regulation Board officer a 4,000 kwacha in order for him to have his oil tankers included on a list of tankers that had been inspected and were due for inclusion in a petroleum products transportation license, Surya Energy Limited export manager Aditya Arora made his first court appearance Monday morning before the Lusaka's Magistrate Court. The accused person, however, could not take plea in this case when he appeared before court this morning, as the allegation he is facing needs consent from the Director of Public Prosecution before the matter can be prosecuted. And before the matter could even be adjourned, the state applied that defense counsel representing the accused person recused himself from the case on ground that he was warned and cautioned by the Anti-Corruption Commission in a matter emanating from his client. However, defense counsel Mwansa Chibaila objected to the state's application, arguing that he knows no law that deters him from representing his client when he has been warned and cautioned in a different case from that of his client. In his further submission, Mr. Chibaila told the court that he was not jointly charged with his client nor facing the same charges as his client, and therefore it will not be in the interest of justice to recuse himself from representing his client. The state, however, maintained their argument that he recused himself based on the reasons they raised in their application. Magistrate Irene Washimanga will deliver a ruling on the 9th of August 2022 on whether the defense counsel should recuse himself or continue to represent his client. According to a statement issued by the Anti-Corruption Commission, it is said that it established that Aditya offered a bribe 4,000 kwacha to a named officer of the Energy Regulation Board in order for the officer to include an oil tanker on a list of tankers that had been inspected and were due for inclusion in the petroleum products transportation license, and that investigation revealed that in May 2021, Surya Energy Limited applied to have 6 oil tankers inspected by ERB for purposes of their inclusion in their road transportation license for petroleum products. SEC in its statement further mentioned that the license that Surya Energy Limited had was valid until July 2024, and it was established that on July 1st, 2021, Surya Energy Limited only made 4 tankers available for inspection out of the 6 at their Mwingu Road garage. It was later said that the officer who was almost bribed later reported the matter. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
The Democratic Party has started the rebranding process in preparation for the 2026 general election following the resignation of its presidential candidate, Hari Kalaba. Party office bearer Judith Kabemba said the departure of Mr. Kalaba will not in any way negatively impact on the party's popularity. Details in this report.
The wrangles for party leadership in the opposition Democratic Party DP are now over, following the resignation of party presidential candidate Hari Kalaba in July 2022 on account that court cases surrounding the same were taking too long to be concluded. The Judith Kabemba-led DP group who have jubilated over the resignation say it is now time to rebrand the party to ensure that it remains strong enough to win the 2026 general elections. DP office bearer Judith Kabemba was speaking when addressing members of the media Monday morning.
Going forward, as a party, we want the Democratic Party to be known for its ideologies, the Democratic Party to be known for its manifesto, to be a people-centered party as enshrined in our Constitution, to be known by the members and its name, and not an individual. This party does not belong to an individual. It belongs to the people of Zambia. And so we will not brand our party by an individual, no, but by the ideologies that we carry.
Ms. Kavemba has also commented on the state of Zambian mines.
We are all aware that sometime last year and the other year, the country was fed to good news that Zambia had great deposits of gold in northwestern province. And we were also fed to news that the government of the Republic of Zambia at that particular time, the Patriotic Front, had begun to put up modalities of how the gold mine was supposed to begin benefiting the people of Zambia. Up to today, as Democratic Party, we have not seen any fruit coming out of the gold mine.
Meanwhile, DP member of the National Election Committee, NEC Justin Nkonge, has also added his voice.
We are not proud of the numbers that we got countrywide as a party. 24,000. More than what members of parliament were getting from constituencies, even those that never made it to parliament. More than they got. So we do not pride about that. We must confess we didn't do very well. Probably our candidate whom we sponsored was not a good candidate, was a bad candidate, and that's how we performed in that fashion.
The party has further announced new provincial leadership, adding that it will announce its presidential candidate in its convention, whose date is yet to be communicated. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Welcome back.